Got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to begin with Facebook, and this is really big. Facebook has lost more than $73 billion in value this month alone. And tonight, reports everywhere say that Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg has agreed to testify before the U.S. Congress. This is because of investigations and lawsuits now underway here and in Great Britain about how this mega social media site has failed to protect our personal data. A whistleblower, Christopher Wylie, testified before lawmakers in Britain today. He claims that Cambridge Analytica, a data firm he worked for with ties to the Trump campaign, used information from 50 million Facebook users without their knowledge. Wylie says Donald Trump's election made him come forward with the information about how Facebook information was in effect stolen from us. Some people are leaving Facebook. Not me, not yet, but what about you? And do you trust them now? Go to WUSA9.com/vote or the WUSA9 app and let us know what you're going to do. Aram Seinreich is an associate professor at American University, the School of Communication. You left Facebook a year ago, you say?
Yeah, a little bit over a year ago.
How come?
Well, you know, I do a lot of research on social media and digital business, and I've done a bunch of research into the advertising practices and the kind of corporate surveillance that goes on in order to make those advertising models work. And I started to feel more and more icky about it. Like, I couldn't just kind of ignore what I knew.
For people who don't understand, okay, break it down for us quickly. We're the product, okay? This is all free. We think it's great. We're reconnected with high school buddies and college classmates and that sort of thing. But we're the product. Facebook is selling our information, right?
That's absolutely right. So Facebook's business model is to gather as much data about you, the consumer, as possible, put that data together in a kind of data sausage with a bunch of other consumers' data, and then resell it to advertisers and other interested parties.
And when you say my information, you mean all of my friends and their information too.
Absolutely.
And my company has big followers on Facebook. All of my company's information that goes into Facebook.
Yeah, and not just your interactions with Facebook itself, but they actually follow you around the web and from app to app on your phone and tablet, and get data from those as well.
And they sell that information to advertisers who are interested in getting me to buy this stuff.
Advertisers and others, like political operatives.
Right. How much money are we talking? Political operatives, that's kind of scary.
Absolutely.
Oh, and that's what we're talking about here. How much money are we talking about? How much money does Facebook generate?
Tens of billions of dollars a year.
Tens of billions of dollars. Okay. What's the charge here? That this company took Facebook information illegally? Is that the right word, illegally?
Well, it was in violation of their terms of service.
Okay.
Right? So when you sign up for Facebook, you get the free account, you basically sign away your rights to a certain degree to your privacy and personal data.
Okay, they took our information, okay? They took information from some 52 million people and used it how to benefit the Donald Trump organization.
So here's what they did. So they did not take information from people who had opted in. They basically made a Facebook quiz, and a couple 100,000 people took that quiz. And then they didn't only take their data, they took all of their friends' data, which is against their terms of service. It was illegal. And then they used those data to craft custom political messages tailored to individual users in order to sway their behavior in the election. And that didn't necessarily mean just voting for Trump instead of voting for Hillary Clinton. It also meant, in the case of African American users, dissuading them from going to the polls.
Okay. The whistleblower, he claims that this helped Donald Trump win the election. What do you think?
Well, considering that he had a margin of less than 80,000 votes in 3 states, I think that 50 million Facebook user data is going to be pretty significant.
Okay, got to move quickly. I want to ask you now, what can we do in terms of regulations to stop this activity? What can the Congress do?
Well, if we just try to regulate what they've already done, we're going to be playing catch up forever. So what I think we need to do is actually have a digital Bill of Rights. We need to say affirmatively and proactively there are certain lines they can't cross. And if they do, they're going to be in a whole heap of trouble.
Like what kind of trouble? What can we do to Facebook? I guess we can block them, right?
We can prevent them from doing business. We can prevent mergers and acquisitions. We can fine them. We can tie them up in court. I mean, think about how the DOJ went after Microsoft 18 years ago on an antitrust violation.
Right. People who have Facebook and like it, what can we do right there in front of us to protect ourselves and at least keep our stuff as private as possible?
Great question. So there's a bunch of things you can do. You can use encryption. Always use a VPN on your phone and on your laptop. Don't give Facebook too much personal information about yourself. Save it for like kittens and grandchildren and stuff like that. And try to break it up. Use Facebook for one thing, you use Google for another, use Dropbox for another. Don't put all of your faith or all of your eggs in one basket.
Excellent information. Okay.